All right, TikTok getting one more lifeline, this time from the Supreme Court. Justices saying they'll hear arguments next month over the law that could ban the platform in the U.S. TikTok filing that emergency application to the High Court following the CEO's meeting with Donald Trump this week at Mar-a-Lago.
How do you plan to stop the ban on TikTok next month?
We'll take a look at TikTok. You know, I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points. And there are those that say that TikTok had something to do with that.
Here to react, incoming counselor to the president, Alina Habba. Alina, great to see you. Congratulations on the job. I know you're moving to Washington.
Thank you. So
this is interesting because it's the Biden administration who's going to go to bat to make sure TikTok is banned, right? Even though, because this is their argument, this was passed under their reign. Your thoughts about that?
First of all, this is the scheme that I've seen, and I'll get to TikTok in a minute, but they're fast-tracking this. We've seen that happen. They're giving the 19th of January as the deadline that they want it out. And I'm not saying there aren't issues there, but we have to look at the value, too. So the Biden administration rushing this, just like they're rushing bills and shoving people down our throats in the 11th hour, that's not surprising to me. That's pretty much on par with what they do.
So TikTok, I know the president loves it as a platform, but as a Chinese propaganda device, it's pretty strong. Their control of the news feed. Right. You're going to see nothing pro-Israel. When the president starts getting into his trade deals and fighting with China on tariffs, you'll see nothing pro-tariff or pro-America on there. Do we want TikTok run by China to have this type of power of 170 million users in the United States? We would never let them buy ABC or CBS.
Listen, there's nobody that appreciates fake news or the value of real American voices more than President Trump because he's been a victim of the fake news. But with TikTok, it's interesting. Do we or does anybody disagree that we cannot have a platform with national security issues? Absolutely not. Does that mean that it's not unfixable? I don't think so. And I think that the right person for that job is President Trump. Unfortunately, Joe Biden is trying to get rid of it very quickly so that President Trump cannot save a platform that is widely used. However, it has to comply with American security standards. It has to be, it can't be a national security threat. And President Trump understands all of that. And he will examine it. He will be in communications with these people, unlike Joe Biden, and try and resolve the issue in a way that works for Americans.
Yeah, the real answer is sell it to an American company. And Steve Mnuchin, Frank McCourt, Kevin O'Leary all say they have the financing to buy it. So just sell it to an American company. We all agree it's very effective. Next, I would love to talk to you about this nomination process. Confirmation hearings to begin in just a few weeks. RFK Jr. appears on the Hill for meetings we saw over the last few days. And senators are warning that Pete Hegseth's hearing is going to be less about what Pete would do as Secretary of Defense. They're going to try to make it all about the personal stuff. What's the new administration's plan to help guys like Pete and keep it to the job description?
First of all, President Trump has a mandate. He's made that clear. These are individuals that are not Lone Rangers. They'll be following the Trump mandate. And that's number one. Distractions by the media as to people's personal lives, which is something we've seen time and time again. Frankly, they did it to President Trump in 2016. And we saw that those cases were dropped. They did it to Kavanaugh. They are attacking people that are going to be disruptors, that are going to come in and be disruptors in a good way, because America needs to be saved at this moment. And remember, these people report to President Trump. So all the distraction, all the soap opera stuff, as I call it, it needs to stop. Do I think they're going to stop? No. But I think we have the full support of the Republican Party for these people because they understand they've served our country. Pete Hegseth, for instance, served our great nation, has been in combat, understands what this is. He's not speaking from a place of what if. He was there. So if they want to distract him, try and ruin his family, that's par for the course, unfortunately, in this media process and liberal, panic that we see out of D.C. right now because there's a changing of the guards.
Lena, I think maybe I'm too optimistic. I don't think so. I think America's moved past it. We understand there are personal issues with everyone. I think you should read the New York Post today and see how the Marines are coming out for Pete, hearing what it was like as a platoon leader, and those are the types of things that should let people know who they're voting for or not voting for. And I just think we should keep.
They're going to get through flying Flying colors, there is not one pick that I'm concerned about at this moment. I'll be honest with you. I'm talking about the smear campaigns that these poor individuals have to go through, and it's unfair. But they are well ready to serve, and they're going to follow through with President Trump's mandate when they get confirmed, not if.
It's going to be an exciting 4 years, Alina. I look forward to seeing you right in the middle of it. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.